If I can't keep my head held high enough, I'll just speak love and watch the smiles come, bring my spirits up. There's some shit I like to fix, but I still know that I'm blessed.
Hi, it's Cutco education time. Bobby has a few utility knives. Oh, he forgot mine out of the vehicle, darn it. Anywho, we have some new instructions. We need to store the knives upside down because we're cutting into this. I need to wash them because they have metal flakes, and I need to condition this with coconut oil. So I'm going to start doing that now. I've had a super emotional day, so if I sound like I've been crying, I have. But I do chores to help me keep my mind off of it. You can now see how dried out the butcher block is. And like I said, his advice is coconut oil. Condition it with that every once in a while. And I realized that the knife Bobby forgot to bring, my utility knife that I keep in my vehicle in case I need to protect myself or use it for utility stuff. It got sharpened last time and I haven't really used it much, so it should be fine. This knife is my dad's, and it's from 1993 because that's when I sold Cutco and everybody in my family bought Cutco that year. So I've got all of our knives in here now. It's pretty knives. And they're just in there because when they sharpen them, there's metal shavings. So let those soak while I work on this butcher block here. I might try to put you under my chin while I do it so you can see. All right, it's under my chin. Hopefully you can see something. So I'm going to take this baggie and just get a little bit of the oil on it with this. I'm going to start with the back side, so I can kind of get a feel for, ooh, I feel like that might be thick. Let me do all the sides first. And I'll be back. All right, I'm going to start doing the top now, and then I'm going to wipe it all down with a paper towel when I'm done. Oh, it's so dry here. And that way I can get it out of any of the cracks and stuff. And I'll kind of let the coconut oil sit on there for a minute before I rub it in with a paper towel. You can already see it moisturizing the wood, just like you would moisturize your skin. And this, you gotta do this every once in a while. We didn't know. And these butcher blocks, these Cutco blocks are very expensive, as are the knives, but they are guaranteed for life. Oh, and something else awesome that he told us. If you watch my videos, you know how I love this Cutco cutting board. It's the best. If you have Cutco knives, you have to use the Cutco cutting board, otherwise it can damage the knives. Well, no matter what I put on here to get the stains out, they never come out. So he said these are also guaranteed for life. I can just turn it in and get a brand new one replacement. So we're going to do that too. Spencer is our local Cutco guy, and every couple years he comes and services our knives. All right, so I'm going to reach in here carefully because there's a lot of sharp stuff in here. Actually, let me give them all a wipe first. Hold on. All right, I wiped them all. They're still soapy. I'm going to go one knife at a time and talk to you about some stuff as I rinse. So, this is my favorite. This one's my favorite, my go-to. I believe it's called a mini carver. Going off memory from 1993 when I sold these. I sold Cutco while I was getting my insurance licensing so that I had a flexible schedule and could work on the testing. This is one of the carving forks. We hardly ever use this, but this is the carving fork. And I'm just putting them over here on this rag to dry out. And then there's the other, I forgot what they call this fork. This fork was, it just, the tines are closer together basically. Sorry, I'm trying to wash and hold this in my hand to record. So you can see here the contrast in the two different forks. My second favorite is this one right here. The mini chef's knife with a serrated edge. And I guess he said this one had a burr on the end that Spencer was able to get off. Let's put that over here. Cutco's guaranteed for life. So they're worth it. And there's no better knives. See, these are exactly the same, these two on the end, because one was my dad's. And we had to sell Dad's house. And since I recognize the value of Cutco, I grabbed that out so I didn't throw it in the yard sale and basically give it away. I believe this knife is probably $120 or so, maybe more. Here's the, this is the mini chef, not serrated. I don't use this one too often. I see Bobby grabbing that one quite a bit though. These here are not Cutco. These are, what's it called? Chicago Cutlery. Bobby's mother gifted these to us before she passed away, and they used to sit in a little display box, and we didn't use them, and we're like, hey, let's put them in our block here since we didn't purchase the Cutco steak knives. And even Spencer, our knife guy, said that these are pretty good knives and that we took good care of them. All right. And then here's a side up of you guys. This is the paring knife. Of course, they've used. And the paring knife is called for, which is rare. Let me move this about. That might make it better. The rest of the ones from Bobby's mom. They're all drying over here. This one's the full carver. So this is the one if you bought the set for the turkey carving set for like Thanksgiving. It's that big carver knife with the carver fork. And I think I have two of these too, don't I? Let's see, hold on. Yes, these are also exactly the same. And I think this is the one Bobby uses most. I like the miniature if that's what it is. Actually, this might be called something else. The big carver. We got these two little guys. So, all right, those are all rinsed. Put them all over here to dry. As carefully as we can. And even though they're guaranteed for life, we do still try to take good care of them. All right, and I'll be back after I clean up some of this water and we'll finish the butcher block. The oil is still on it. Before I forget, another thing we love from Cutco is the foot. What do you call it? You stand on your dishes and it's this really thick, super wonderful foam stuff. Like, I don't even know what this stuff is, but we love this thing. It's wonderful. All right, let's get this finished up here. Oh yeah, that looks good. Let me just finish it up. It's easier with two hands. Look, it looks great. So much better. I'm gonna dry each knife off and put them in, and I need to remember to put these in upside down now because they were cutting into the butcher block, which makes sense once you know. So let me dry off all the steak knives and get those in, and I'll be back. All right, let me put my favorite one in first. This guy is my favorite, the mini carver. Goes right here, bottom right. And yes, where they go does matter. Now, you know we have two of these, because one is ours, which it needs to go up here because it's a long knife. And then Dad's can't fit in here, so this is a Cutco protector for a different knife, but I at least put it on the end here to protect Dad's, and then I put it in the drawer. Hold on. So now the tip is protected at least, and you just gotta be careful when you grab it out of the drawer. That stays in the drawer. All right, my next favorite knife is the mini serrated chef's knife. So that goes here. And the mini chef's not serrated goes here. Actually, I reversed these, I'm sorry. The big chef knife goes here. And then next to it goes the mini. And at the top we have one of our carvers and our long carver here. At the top, because once again, it's a very long knife. Down here goes your paring knife, because it's just a little guy, and I always want to make sure my handles are facing to the right. And then here's the regular carver. I put the bigger of the two forks here, smaller one at the top, and then this is not Cutco related, and we don't sharpen our own Cutco, but this is for the other knives. So we just stick that in here. So there it is, all back in order. Time to go back to its spot. So happy. For some reason, he didn't sharpen my spatula spreaders, which are my favorite tool and use the most, and they do need to be sharpened. Darn it. You can also send him in for sharpening. We'll see how he handles this.
If I can't keep my head held high enough, I'll just be love and watch the smiles come.
Thanks for watching.
Bring my spirits up.
Don't forget to stop and smell the flowers.
There's some shit I like to fix.